Hi, this is the bad boy, Joey Janela, and you're listening to the Going in Raw podcast, because Joey Janela always goes in raw.
This is the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, and you are listening to Going in Raw.
Hey everyone, Kenny Omega here. In case you didn't know, we have an awesome kick-butt show called Stephen Larson's Going in Raw, and they're going to be supporting AEW every week amongst many other things. Goodbye and smooch. Good night. Bye-bye.
Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome back to Going in Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you need to listen to. I know what I'm doing. I know where the audio track is.
There.
You don't need to worry about the audio track. I know where the audio track is.
Stuff going, just making sure everything's right. Just taking some days off sometimes, get out of the rhythm.
Nah, man. I'm back in.
Most days, before we start, you're sitting there.
I know. It's a new year.
Am I forgetting something?
It's 2020. I'm on point.
I'm just trying to make sure that...
I've got 2020 vision, my friend.
Well, that's because he had LASIK.
That is true. That is totally true. However, speaking of having vision, I got a vision of us being.
Did you bring your lunch in a brown paper bag and you put your initial on it? Is that what that is over there?
I'm like the Zodiac Killer. Look at that S.
Well, first of all, you only really do that if you put that in the refrigerator.
Okay.
To differentiate. Also,
No.
I never bring lunch in a brown paper bag.
Would you like me to explain this? This
No,
has nothing to do with you.
I want to create my own backstory. To this. It's funnier.
Okay,
Anyways,
fair enough.
carry on.
Okay.
Carry on if you want.
I made 2 sandwiches, one for Lacey, one for myself. I made hers a little bit more. I gave her a little bit more roast beef in the sandwich. And so I wanted to make sure she got the beefier sandwich. I did 2 paper bags, one with an L, one with an S. So yes, I did do that. Anyways, Wrestle Kingdom is coming up this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Friday night and Saturday night.
You know what time that starts? Our time?
Do I know what time it starts our time? I'm assuming, look at that right there. I'm thinking
Late.
like 11 o'clock. Not enough people appreciated this picture, I think.
Well, it's great because that's like the old. They changed it for this year.
If you Google Wrestle Kingdom 14, they still have these.
They still have those with
they
the white
still
background?
have those with the white
'Cause
background.
they have art too that's a lot more elaborate.
Yeah, they've got elaborate stuff too, but if you Google that, it's there. And so I did the one where they have the white background and a
good.
logo. I even
That's
put
good.
a little glow behind it.
That's good.
Yeah, that's right. We're doing our live stream reactions
Both
for Wrestle
nights,
Kingdom.
both shows.
Both nights. So that's going to be very exciting.
Yeah.
It's one of my New Year's resolutions. One of my goals for the year is to keep up with New Japan a bit more, man. Because I don't know who the never tag team people are.
It looks like it starts at 11 p.m. Pacific.
That's what I figured.
For the pre-show, and the main card will start at midnight.
Is that when the New Japan Rumble is going to be?
Probably.
Are they even going to have it this year? I don't think they're going to have it.
They didn't have it last year.
Rumble. I know that really made me mad. That's why in 2019 I fell out of love with New Japan because they stopped doing the Rumble. That really made me mad. Anyway, solid episode of. Do we have any other programming notes? We're gonna have a big sale going on the shirt. I got to put up some more. So for Wrestle Kingdom nights 1 and 2, maybe we'll sell out night 1. I don't know.
Probably.
But we have a bunch. We have a bunch of those shirts. We have a couple of those. Couple of each sizes.
Oh, the Friendo Club shirts. Yeah, a handful of each size.
Friendo Club
handful
shirt
of each
sticker
size.
packs. So we're gonna be putting those up. We'll let everybody know, and then y'all are gonna have to go snap them up real quick.
Yeah.
And then we're also everything else in the store is going to be massively discounted.
Yeah, we're gonna have
We're having a Wrestle Kingdom blowout sale, baby.
There you go.
That's what we're doing.
Wrestle
man.
Kingdom blowout.
Oh yeah. Anyways, new beginnings for the Friendo market.
Well, yeah, new beginnings for our stock room back there.
That's right.
Everything must go deals.
Everything must go deals. Exactly. AEW. It seems like they did a little bit of reflecting last night.
They watched, predictions just went up yesterday. They must have watched that before the show went on because they're following through one of my predictions. They're going to come to the realization they start winning things.
Oh, they've made that realization. Then it started
That's
out.
why I felt like it was a safe prediction to make.
I was cracking up. Well, let's see if they win titles. They're going to win titles. I was cracking up when I saw that opening video package. They were like, all the people want to see the Elite win. We need to get back on track and start winning. And I was like, oh man. So they've been reading, they've been tuning in to something anyways.
Yeah.
So that was kind of interesting. We saw, I felt like last night was a bit of a back to basics approach. There was a lot of wrestling.
Yeah. Not a whole lot of talking.
There wasn't a lot of talking, but there was enough. There was like a decent amount of talking.
And a drunk Hangman Page might be my new favorite thing.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Did you see his response when they cut back to him after that Britt Baker Rijo thing?
Oh, hey.
No, well, there's that, but he just responded. He didn't talk. He was in the background. He just went
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. No, it's good
Kind
stuff.
of blinked his eyes a couple times. It was great.
No, it was good stuff. I like that. We got the stipulations for the MJF Cody thing.
Those are kind of all over the place.
that stuff. That's a mess.
It is a mess.
It's hilarious. But I like it. I think it's pretty clever. It's like really over the top. And then I thought it was a decent episode. I thought I thought who I thought was actually had a little bit of a breakout episode last night. Sammy Guevara. I had no idea he was that good on the mic. He's very natural. Like he comes out there, like you got to understand this guy, before AEW, he was a big name on the indie circuit.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure like what his typical crowd size would have been.
We heard him cut kind of a promo to PWG show, and it was not great.
It was not great at all.
It was just, I'm the greatest wrestler ever.
But I know it's terrible. To walk through a crowd, it's always these things that like are really, you don't really think about how difficult it must be. He's on a mic interacting with the crowd as he's interacting with Mox.
Yeah.
Getting in there, being the lone guy who's there to pitch to him.
Out a lot of
Oh, yeah, and he's vlogging at the same time. I thought he was really, really good. I thought he really, really stood out. And then, of course, he had that fantastic match with Dustin.
Yeah.
That was really great, too.
Yeah, that was good, too.
I mean, Dustin is like
freaking
a million years old, and he's moving like he's in his 20s
It's
still.
amazing.
So that's crazy.
Amazing.
Anyways, I guess that means we could just hop right into it.
Sure,
man.
why not? So show kicked off. The first match was Darby Allin versus Cody. Cody likes kicking things off. And preceding that was a brief video package of Darby.
He was doing a Joe Hendry thing.
Yeah.
You ever seen a Joe Hendry music video where he
Yeah.
has like a mask of somebody's, like
Yeah.
his next opponent's face?
Yeah. And so he takes the mask off, and it's a Cody mask.
Darby was doing it not to comedic effect.
Yes. So he took the Cody mask off. It was always just a piece of paper.
Yeah.
Took it off, lit it on fire, burned it.
Wasn't like Mission Impossible.
No.
Right. No, I like to have him do that. It's cool stuff. He's super over. It's kind of funny though, because like the idea, oh man, we're the elite. We have to get back on track. We have to win. It's like, yeah, but people really like Darby Allin. Maybe he's not the first guy to start off against.
Yeah, I mean, but it
was a killer match.
It was a really good match, and
Yeah.
and if it weren't for Arn Anderson very calmly and collectively telling Cody to get his knees up,
Yeah.
Darby could have won that match.
Yeah.
And I think that was the point of
That was the point, sure.
Yeah, that Darby probably would have won had it not been for Arn being a coach.
Yeah. How did you feel about all that? Arn as Cody's coach.
I mean, I don't really think it's necessary, but
That's the general consensus.
he's Arn. Arn's great.
Yeah, Arn's awesome. I like it just because, like, if you build up this big, legitimate thing, like Cody brings in Arn, and then, I don't know, like the Nightmare Collective she's doing her own thing over there, which is weird. That's not going to be part of it. But I don't know. I like it. I think it's fine. It is just kind of silly, though.
There's a weird amalgam.
This guy can't even challenge for the title. What does he care if he wins anymore?
Yeah, no.
You
Well, he said, I think in an interview somewhere, that he wants all the other accolades at AEW, which is what?
Well, he can't have the diamond ring. That's already on MJF.
Well, don't be surprised that's on the line at some point when that match between the two of them.
Maybe, perhaps. That's a good point.
Anyways, it's AEW, and more often than not, it's to quality effect. AEW is this weird amalgam of old school WCW and like kind of Ring of Honor and kind of New Japan.
Well, like it's an amalgam of no, you're right. It's like old school WCW and then 2018 Independence.
Yeah, I know.
That's what it is.
And then next week they're gonna honor the legends of Memphis wrestling.
Okay. Is there a segment for that, or can we just talk about that now?
They just made an announcement.
No. I know. But during the show, I don't know if you had it written.
No,
down
there's
somewhere.
just a card.
How are they going to do that
Without Lawler?
Without Lawler?
I don't know.
Like,
I don't know.
How are you going to do that?
I don't know. Brian
It's like
Zane
Memphis wrestling is. It's
Brian Zane on Twitter this morning had a list of some other people, but of course Lawler's not on it.
Yeah, it's like Dutch Mantel. I mean, could you talk about Andy Kaufman? I guess
You could talk about him, yeah.
right. I mean,
I'm sure there's. Here's the thing. I'm sure there's other people who are legends in the Memphis area outside of Lawler. However, they're legends in the Memphis area.
Yeah.
And yeah, some of them might have achieved some measure of success on a national level.
Well, okay, here's the
Lawler is the household name.
What is it called? Legends of Memphis Wrestling? Is that what it is?
Something like that.
I think here's the problem. If you use the word legend is a big word. It means a very big thing.
Yes.
And honestly, if I were to say, dude, if we were to play password, and the password was Jerry Lawler, and you know what I would say to you?
Legend of Memphis Wrestling.
There would be one word.
Yeah, I know.
You wouldn't say Dutch Mantell. You wouldn't say whoever else on that list.
Yeah.
You'd say Jerry Lawler.
Yeah, I know.
And he's the guy on Raw right now. Let me ask you this. Are they going to say the name Jerry Lawler on that broadcast?
See why they couldn't.
They would have to,
Yeah,
right?
It's,
They would
it'd
have
say
to.
the King Jerry Lawler. Yeah, or Jerry the
Yeah.
King Lawler. They'd have to.
Yeah. Yeah, they'd have to.
Yeah.
Because there's only really one legend in Memphis Wrestling. Oh, man. Anyways, yeah, I think everybody's ears perked up. Like, what? Lawler? Like, he's so synonymous with that idea. Even like when I looked, because I knew it was going to happen when they made the Twitter announcement. They like put it on Twitter. Literally, it's just the mentions are just endless gifs of Lawler.
And here's the thing too, like they've had a show in Charlotte already, right? Didn't they have a show in Charlotte?
Probably, that sounds right.
Like they could have had a honor the legends of Mid Atlantic Wrestling, and you could have found tons of people for that.
True, yeah.
You could have brought Flair in theory.
Yeah,
you know.
sure. Yeah.
So
yeah. Speaking of Flair, Charlotte Flair got engaged.
congratulations.
I know. They look so happy.
They seem like the happiest couple.
Always.
The happiest couple.
They're on a boat, apparently. Mm-hmm. Oh, man, they look great. Anyways, so then we got to Darby Allin versus Cody with Arn Anderson.
Yeah, that's a great match.
And
Tons
it was
of fun.
another just absolutely terrific match. Just really, really
I really want to see Darby versus Kenny Omega because that might be the fastest match in history.
Maybe. Has Darby fought Phoenix yet?
Not in AEW.
Yeah.
That's another contender for fastest match ever.
My God. I want to see that just for the suicide dives.
Oh,
you
hell
know what
yeah.
I want to see? I want to see Darby Allin in AAA. That could very well happen.
Yeah.
That could happen.
Yeah, totally could.
We were talking earlier about the possibility we might co-stream Rey de Reyes this year. Which
I mean,
is
the
in
only thing
March.
that's preclude us from doing it is them not giving us the opportunity of doing it. Like if,
Correct. Yeah, yeah. If they all
AAA
of a sudden
decides, or they
clamp
don't air it
down.
on Twitch like the last Triple Mania, they just randomly only aired on local television.
I was looking. So I was looking for AAA events that are coming up, just to sort of pre-plan stuff once. And front row is like $1,100. Like the general admission, like the cheapest ticket
For Triple Mania?
I want to say Rey de Reyes.
Wow.
I think Rey de Reyes is $400.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
That's really expensive.
that's what I thought too. Oh my gosh. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I was misreading something, but clearly I thought it said $435. I was like, okay, what's the cheapest seat? Like $25? $435? Is that like in pesos or something?
Because
But-
Rita, Mexico is a good sized place.
Well, I don't know. I'll have to look at it again.
Yeah, I double checked that.
I'll double check that one. Let me take a look here. You go ahead. Go.
Oh, so,
do your little
do my
shtick
little
here.
my
Yeah.
little rundown. So early
Do
on,
your-
there's this great.
I can check out now.
Check out. You got 3 minutes. Early on, there's this great bit between Darby and Cody. So here's the like Cody is a good wrestler. I mean, he's a decorated amateur wrestler. I think he was Georgia State champion or something like that at one point. He's not the fastest guy.
True.
And so one of the things, because we didn't really see it so much in the first match, that match is all about Cody wearing down Darby and not letting him take advantage of his speed. How well Cody would keep up with Darby. And Cody did a fantastic job keeping up with Cody. He might not, very few people can match Darby from the quickness perspective. But if you're in position, your footwork is good. You know, you can keep up. And that's totally what Cody did. There's this great sequence early on, just bang, 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 bang. They're just trying to pin each other.
Yeah.
Great
yeah.
pinning combination sequence early on. Shortly thereafter, Darby avoids a crossroads. A couple other moves from Cody. Cody hits him with a forearm. They trade some strikes. Cody eventually sends Darby out of the ring. Darby trips Cody on the apron, and then he falls with a back in the ring, a springboard back elbow. Then the suicide dive, which basically was a mid-air shoulder tackle.
Yes. That was great.
And he starts working over Cody's shoulder, ramming it into the ring post. He tosses Cody back in the ring. Cody hits a disaster kick. Darby gets back in the ring, and again, just keeps on working over Cody's left shoulder. Cody responds to all that by starting to work over Darby's legs, puts him in a figure 4. Darby gets the ropes. Again, focuses on the arm, takes the turnbuckle pad off the turnbuckle, pushes Cody towards it. Cody puts on the brakes, kind of backdrops Darby over the top rope. He lands on his feet on the ramp, and he hits a top rope fun splash. Cody, though, rolls through, gets a 2 count. So Darby has the advantage for a while. Are you stuck there?
No. When you're done with your thing,
right.
we'll talk about
Darby has the advantage, but then Cody hits a power slam, then a Cody cutter. Doesn't go for the pin, though. Interesting move. Because I think he beat... Who did he get a match against last week? Cody.
Oh.
He's beaten someone with the Cody Cutter before. It wasn't the Blade, I think he beat with the Cody Cutter.
Okay, yeah.
Then he hits the superplex, reverse superplex. That gets him a 2 count. Cody puts Darby up the top rope. Darby headbutts Cody's bad shoulder, follows with a sunset flip powerbomb, gets a 2. Then he hits his stunner, goes up top. Cody rolls the apron, and Darby pivots to look at him. Cody's lying on the apron. Of course, during the first match, same situation happened. Darby went for the coffin drop.
Missed it.
Cody moved.
Yeah.
He hits apron. This time, he goes for coffin drop. He hits it. Cody goes for another Cody Cutter. Darby escapes it. He goes for a stunner. Cody catches it, hits Crossroads, but Darby kicks out.
Yeah.
And that was huge.
Yeah, that was big time.
So Darby's in the corner, the one with the exposed turnbuckle. Cody charges. Darby moves, so Cody hits exposed turnbuckle. Darby goes up top, and then Arn gets on the apron, and you can see him very calmly, puts his knee up, starts tapping it, and I guess says, hey, put your knees up. So Darby goes for coffin drop. Cody gets knees up, and then he rolls up Darby for the win.
Yeah. Yeah, he rolled up, got right on top.
So it wasn't, there are 2 matches. One, time limit draw. Second, Cody got a win, but it was more of a strategic win as opposed to a definitive, hey, I hit my finisher on you, I won.
I like Arnaz Cody. It cracks me because he's like a football coach. He was covering his mouth when he was telling him instructions.
I know, like when they have a meeting on the mound at a baseball game where he has their gloves over the mouth.
They do that, yeah. And then in football, they cover with a clipboard, too. No, it was an absolutely terrific match. I gave that thing like 30 minutes, too. It was great. It was awesome.
It was great.
Okay, so
what did you discover here?
Okay, so I think it is an...
Is this from this maybe it's like a StubHub type situation here?
Okay,
is that what this is?
So it's a possibility. I don't know. It's something called tusboletos.mx, which, so I don't know. It says Lucha Libre, Rey de Reyes, but it's at Poliforum Zamna, which is not Arena Mexico, right? So here's the deal. So it says Todos los precios son en pesos mexicanos. So I think it means everything's in pesos, right? But they have dollar signs next to them. Yeah. On top of that, so General says, so it's either too cheap or too expensive. $345, so it's all together. But in US dollars, that's like nothing.
Yeah. Yeah,
that's
like
$20.
That's like $18, yeah.
So then do the same thing for 1,300 pesos to dollars.
It's like $70.
That would be first row. That'd be first row. So that would mean it's $70 for first row, Rey de Reyes. Why are we not going there? We should go there. We should do that. That sounds amazing.
That'd be fun.
That sounds great. We should do that. I'd rather co-stream here, though.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Anyways. So, yeah, I don't know.
At some point. Maybe Triple Mania. We'll do Triple Mania.
But, I mean, the thing is, like, one reason why I was like, oh, that's probably, like, normal for it to be that expensive, if it was, in fact, $1,300 and $345 for general admission, is because so many people watch this thing.
Yeah.
Like, it is very popular.
Oh, it's enormously popular. Yeah.
Very popular.
Yeah.
So.
Anyways, back to AEW.
So who knows? I don't know how much it is.
More research.
It's either a lot or a little.
Yeah. Next, we get an SCU interview. First, Scorpio Sky speaks. He's talking trash, but the Dark Order calls him spooky perverts.
Yeah, that was funny.
Next, Kazarian talks, and he's interrupted by Sammy Guevara, and he's going on about how he thinks ex-LAX. Sorry.
Sammy's wearing a new Inner Circle shirt.
Yeah.
A much better one.
Well, it pops more.
Yeah, it pops more, exactly.
Pops more. How he's of the opinion that ex-LAX can beat them, and then he looks over to Daniels after he pipes in a little bit. It's like, what do you got? You don't even have it anymore.
He said all you got is wrinkles on your face.
All you got is wrinkles.
Which is, Christopher Daniels actually, everything else might have gone, but his face actually still looks the same as it used to.
Yeah, pretty much.
He doesn't really have a lot of wrinkles.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah.
And then Daniels steps up to Sammy, says, how about we have a match next week?
Yeah. That should be a good one. That
should
be a good one.
Yeah, as long as the stage or the ramp isn't right up against the ring.
I'm sure he's learned his lesson.
You know how he would have hit that even if that hadn't happened. That was a tough spot to begin with.
Tough spot.
Next, fantastic four-way bout.
Yeah, this is fun.
Nyla Rose versus Hikaru Shida versus Britt Baker versus Rijo for the AEW Women's title. We kind of knew Rijo was going to retain because Chris Statlander is actually the number one contender.
Yeah. Right.
But it was actually a really fun match.
So she was supposed to have this match but then there was like a mix-up in scheduling. She had a bar wrestling match to go to, and instead of like pulling their big dog card, they said, no, that's a commitment of yours. You go do that.
Yeah.
We'll just have this match. And then, of course, Twitter, freaking anti-AEW, like, oh, I can't even, why did you do this? It's like, come on, man. Come on.
They're allowing talents to honor their
really fun
independent
match.
commitments. Yeah, this was a fun match. It was a blast. Even before the match started, Nyla comes up, cheap shots Rijo, grabs the belt, hits Britt, and then she comes from behind her. Kendo stick shot, follows the running knee, bell rings amongst all that. She gets a 2 count. And then Rose pulls Shida out of the ring, gets the table from under the ring, and her and Shida are brawling ringside a little bit. Rijo goes to the top rope. Top rope fun splash on the Shida.
Yeah.
Go to a commercial break. Nyla Rose has the advantage throughout. She power bombs Rijo onto Britt Baker.
Mm-hmm.
That's by the way scares me now, ever since that on NXT where Anthony Bowens was involved and got knocked out.
Oh,
'cause
God,
he took
yeah.
the dude's elbow to his face.
Yeah.
Or to his head. She goes for the cover. Rijo breaks it up, and then Nyla Rose tries to powerbomb her, but then Shida reverses it to a backdrop. It's not the last impressive feat of strength by Hikaru Shida in this match. So she puts Shida across the top rope, hits the guillotine knee on her. Then puts her on the table ringside, hits a senton off the apron, and as Rose is getting back in the ring, like she's laying on the apron, Rijo hits the top rope double stomp on her, and when she fell off that, almost like her head almost hit the edge of the table too.
Yeah,
that was rough. That could have been bad.
Yeah, it could have been bad.
So Rose comes to, Britt hits her with a draping DDT, covers, gets a 2 count, transitions immediately into lockjaw, can't get that, tries to go for a triangle. Rose powers her up, power bomb. Rijo breaks up that pin. And then Rijo hits a coup de grace on Nyla Rose, goes for the pin. Britt breaks that up. And then Nyla Rose stacks Rijo on top of Shida, goes to the top, goes for a swanton, misses. Shida goes for a shining wizard, misses that. Rijo's right behind her with some running double knees, pins. Shida breaks that up, and then she hits a Falcon Arrow on Nyla Rose.
Yeah, it was rad.
Only gets a 2 count though. And the finish saw Britt going for lockjaw on Shida. Shida kind of rolling her up, and then Rijo coming in and rolling up Shida, I believe, with Britt jackknife cover for the win.
Yeah.
And afterwards, Rose lays out Rijo and then sets up another table, puts Rijo on top of it, hits a top rope splash, puts her through the table.
Yeah, it was really good stuff.
It was a lot of fun.
Later on, we got to see a bit of a new side from Britt Baker. We'll talk about that in a little bit. So that'll be interesting to see how that. I mean, one thing about the women's division, this is the only women's division match, which is a really, really good one.
Mm-hmm.
And they do. I mean, they've made decent use. They have such great characters in that division,
Mm-hmm.
And I wonder, I know Britt's probably going to turn heel here in a second.
Seems that way.
But man, she's sort of like third on the heel totem pole. You got Brandy and Awesome Kong as sort of 1A, 1B, or whatever.
And you got Nyla Rose. Putting everybody through tables.
Who's like just a force of nature.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got Britt Baker, who just sort of yells at Rijo. It's going to be interesting for her to stand out because.
Well, I think in terms of her approach to, I mean, you have Nyla and you have Awesome Kong, who can just overpower anybody.
Yeah.
Britt would have to be a strategist.
It's really interesting with Nyla Rose and Awesome Kong. You'd think they fill sort of the same thing, but they kind of like they have their own take on it, and I really appreciate that.
Yeah, me too.
They're it's a very creative take on both of them.
Yes.
So a couple people here mentioned that pesos use dollar signs as well. Joshua Martinez, Lena Bliss. And then Carlos Hackworth also mentioned that we forgot to mention this. It was great at the end of that Chris Daniels, Sammy Guevara interaction. He licked his thumb and swiped his screen, swiped his phone.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, oh, you got spit on my camera.
Yeah, that's funny.
That was funny stuff. Sammy Guevara was so good last night. He was so good.
Next, Joey Janela interview, or we thought. Instead, Penelope Ford came from behind him, low-blowed him.
Yeah. She was there for a bit, too.
Yeah.
Because he goes, oh. Because what's his face? Marvez?
Yeah, I think so.
Marvez.
Yeah.
He's down there. He's like talking to him, and then he goes, oh. oh, and then the camera very slowly goes down there. And she's
just-
still just right there, like
Yeah.
I guess whatever area.
Maybe just kind of grinding it in a little bit.
grinding it there. And then he goes down, and
She
then
gets up, and her and Kip walk off.
Kip Sabian shows
Yeah.
up, and then they walk off.
Yeah.
So, and then he tweeted out, he said, if you wanted to touch my penis, you could have just told me. You could have just asked me to.
Yeah.
And then she said, I have a hard time finding ears. Not the case with Kip or something like that. Saying one man has a larger member than the other man.
Mm-hmm.
That's me is like, that's the makings of a feud right there.
Totally. Totally. Next, we had a Dark Order video package, largely Evil Uno talking. I missed this at first, but then Excalibur said he made a mention of an Exalted one.
Yeah, dude.
So he answers to someone higher on the food chain.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
All right.
How is it not going to be Chris Daniels at this point? It's got to
have to
be
be.
the higher power, right?
Yeah, I know. That'd be funny.
Oh, man. Or I don't know what his contract status is like, but Matt Hardy.
Yeah.
People would turn immediately for the Dark Order. They'd be
Oh,
all
yeah,
about
if
it
they brought
if it was broken Matt Hardy.
Matt Hardy in there.
Oh, they'd
my
love
gosh, that place would go crazy.
I mean, every match he has on WWE, afterwards he's tweeting about his potential retirement.
Or leaving WWE.
Leaving WWE, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
And at the end, Uno claims you will soon see the full reach of the Dark Order.
Ooh.
That'd be interesting if Matt Hardy came over.
I'd love it. That'd be great. Yes.
Yeah.
That'd be so great. That'd be awesome, man.
Next, Trent versus Mox. I really enjoy how JR continually says, Trent, not Trent Beretta. He makes the point of saying that every time. Oh, Taz, he was good.
I'm glad you mentioned commentary because so
Yes.
I like Tony, but Taz was there to work.
Here's the thing.
It was obvious he was there to work.
So long as 2 out of the 3 members of the
Are there to
commentary
work.
booth take things seriously,
Yes.
it's good.
Yes, it is.
When you got 2 of them joking around, trying to pop the other one, make the other one laugh,
Right.
it detracts some of the storytelling.
Right. I agree.
Taz was there to call the match, not to
Yeah.
hang out with his buddy.
I know. He was so good.
Yeah, he was
so good.
He was good.
And it let Excalibur do his job.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody was trying to make fun of the names of moves and stuff.
Nope.
And JR, he was there to do job now, so that's good.
It was good. It was good. I think, it was the last Georgia Bulldog football game of the year, so Tony would probably be back.
Well, that's a bummer. Maybe he'll do Dark. Get Tony on Dark. I don't really, or backstage. I don't know. I don't really need. I thought I was like, man, let's get Tony and JR together, and it just turns out to be not that great.
Well, the first couple of weeks, it wasn't bad.
Yeah, it wasn't bad, but Tony got complete. Maybe, hopefully over the break, they looked at everything and said, hey, what do we need? The Elite to win. What do we need?
Commentary take things seriously.
Maybe commentary to take things a bit more seriously.
Yeah.
Maybe somebody had a talk. Maybe Jericho was like, hey, guys, can we just take it a little seriously?
Maybe.
Maybe.
He's up there. He had a full team meeting.
I hope so. I'd like to think that,
Did you see that Jericho renewed his vows yesterday?
I did see that. That's cool. How long had he been married?
Oh, they've been married for a while.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool. Right on. Well, that's good.
Anyways, Trent versus Mox. This is a fun match. Trent's fun. I love Trent as a wrestler.
And his matches are he's a really good wrestler in the first place, but I don't know. I feel like his matches are getting better even on AEW.
He's a fun wrestler.
Hey, he's a fun
He
wrestler.
throws a good chop too.
Yeah, he does.
There's a couple good chop
there
sequences.
was a stiff ass pile driver in this too.
Yeah, man.
That was awesome. That was great.
That's what I like about Trent. He's not like the largest dude. I mean, he's in good shape, but he's not the largest dude. But he can work stiff, man. That half and half, he just
I know.
flung Mox back. Yeah, that pile driver was stiff.
Yeah, it looked great.
At a certain point, though, this is kind of Trent's thing. He would make an ill-advised leap out of the ring.
Yeah. I like how he's been consistent with that.
Yeah, that's kind of one of his through lines. Orange Cassidy, of course, he's ringside. He interjects himself, gets in the ring at one point, does the hands in pockets thing. Mox says, "Oh yeah,
He's all
I can
about
put
it.
hands in pockets."
He's
too.
all about it. Yeah.
But that allows Trent an opportunity. He had a Shining Wizard, the aforementioned pile driver. That gets him a 2 count. Mox rolls out on the stage. Trent jumps off the top rope. Mox gets up, kicks him, paradigm shift on the ramp, puts him back in the ring, another paradigm shift. He gets the victory. Mm-hmm. And that's when Sammy starts walking through the crowd, talking to Mox. Of course, Inner Circle won an answer from Mox about whether he's going to join or not. Mm-hmm. So Sammy's walking through the crowd, makes his way to the ring, tells Mox, because Mox is bringing chairs and stuff in there, says, "I'm not here to fight. We're here to get an answer for you, aren't we, Chris?" Cut to the big screen, the Tron. There's Jericho. He calls Mox the premier pro wrestler in the world, and that's why he wants him to join. He wants Mox to be an equal partner, talking 49% of Inner Circle LLC.
Yeah. Yeah.
It says also, Mox, we're going to give you this fancy car, most expensive car in the world, vanity license plate, if you say yes.
Yeah.
Do you think Mox is swayed in any way by fancy cars?
No, because his truck is paid off.
Exactly.
So he has no desire for that stuff.
Yes, we've learned that.
Yeah. He also doesn't seem like the kind of guy who wants to own a chunk of a business.
No.
I think the only business Mox cares about is
Mox LLC.
Is Mox LLC.
Yeah. So Mox gets the mic and he just
Paradigm Shift Industries.
There you go. And says, I've always considered Jericho a friend, maybe even a mentor in a way. So I'm going to give you my answer face to face. I'll give you my answer next week, Chris.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm projecting here because everything Mox does, I'm looking through under the prism of this is something he really wants to do. Mm-hmm. Because that's pretty much why he left WWE, because he does something he want to do. This kind of seemed like I wonder if he thought, I should just give him my answer now. Everybody knows what my answer is going to be.
Yeah.
Protracting this is not going to build more drama. As you can see, when he said, I'm going to answer you next week, Chris. Boo!
Yeah, everybody booed it. But the problem is, his answer is going to be a paradigm shift.
Yeah.
He can't deliver a paradigm shift to Sammy Guevara. He's just the messenger guy.
Exactly.
He's got to be there with Jericho.
I understand that. But I feel like it's a situation where they set themselves up to deliver something they can't deliver on.
Oh, yeah, for sure. The whole exchange should go down in one spot. I'm sure, Jericho was off doing his vows, so scheduling-wise. You're right. They should have scheduled so they're all in the same time. He's pitching it, and then he gets his answer, which is paradigm shift.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I agree with that completely. Because, the crowd was like, whoa, wait a second.
Because I kind of felt like Mox was like, this doesn't make any sense.
I was actually kind of surprised. I was surprised that you're right. His demeanor was like that. I was kind of surprised that they wouldn't have anticipated it. I was surprised he didn't give a response to the boos. Hey, there's a lot I got to think about here.
Yeah.
I have all the info. I have to talk about this with my wife.
I need to process this. Yes.
I feel like he could have charmed his way out of the booze easily.
He could have mirrored what Jericho's been saying. He's like, yes, I've discussed things with my wife. Maybe and get some advice from my mother.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I feel like that could have happened.
Next, Sammy Guevara just hung around ringside because he had a match against Dustin Rhodes. Next,
he did have a picture-in-picture cue card segment though. That wouldn't bug the crap out of the sponsors of the show.
Oh,
because I'm sitting there. Not paying attention one bit to the commercial happening, but I was looking at Sammy Guevara's because they were hilarious. It was he reiterated with cue cards. He reiterated the offer for Mox.
Yeah.
And then he said also Victoria Justice's sister hit me up. He was trying to hit on Victoria Justice's sister. It was all funny. It was really funny stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, this kid is great.
There's another picture-in-picture moment in here that we kind of lost. I feel like a major story beat of this match, however. So early on, Dustin has the advantage. He goes up top. Jake Hager makes his way ringside.
Yes.
Serves as a distraction, but Sammy can't take advantage. Instead, he eats a ringside power slam from Dustin. Mm-hmm. And then Hager and Dustin have a bit of a stare down. And that allows Sammy to hit a wrecking ball dropkick through the ropes. So Sammy has the advantage for a bit. And then Dustin regains the advantage. He's been slamming Sammy's arm against the ring post. Sammy's selling it. Dustin goes under the ring to get a chair. Looks like he's about to swing the chair. Where's this all picture-in-picture? And then we go to full screen, so we don't know what happens.
Yeah.
We don't know what happens. We come back, and Sammy has Dustin in a headlock.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention this. Jacksonville's number one, Guion Halili, was there in attendance.
He was.
He sent me a bunch of notes. None of them really all that consequential. It was all kind of stuff that you'd figure would be the case anyways.
Yeah.
Let's see here. I'm going to read some of his notes because he
There
sent
you
them to us. Let's see here. People popped hard for Taz. People went crazy for Arn. Everyone loves Darby Allin. The women's match was amazing live. Everyone loves Dustin. Oh, and then this is the worst part. Where I was sitting, I had a dude to my left who wouldn't stop yelling random chants, trying to go into business for himself. I can't stand that. I hate that so much. Sitting there at a live show and there's some dude has to start doing random stuff to make himself giggle. Nobody likes that, man. And then equally to the people who encourage it.
Yeah, that's the issue. Is that
that's the worst.
If someone did that and everyone around him completely no-sold,
or better, even immediately, as soon as somebody starts doing that, hey, shut up! No, shut up!
Just enough people will find it amusing that this individual will be encouraged to do more and
People
go
are
further
too
with it.
polite. That's why they're like, "Oh, this guy's trying to have fun. What he said was halfway amusing. Let's placate him." No, immediate hate. That's how it should be responded with.
So Dustin works his way. Oh, sorry. Sammy misses a shooting star press. Dustin hits him with the power slam, some clotheslines, atomic drop, boot to the face, spine buster, gets 2. And then Dustin hits the Canadian Destroyer on the apron.
Yeah, that was rad.
Wow.
Everybody was like, "What the hell?" That was crazy.
That was fantastic. So he's about to go for the pin. Hagar gets on the apron. Dustin's like, all right, well, I'm just going to go hit Hagar because he broke my arm. Punches him. Sammy gets up, charges towards Dustin. Dustin's like, no. Backdrops him out of the ring onto Hagar. He gets Sammy back in the ring, sets him up in the corner for, I guess they're calling it a natural kick now, is when you set up in the corner, kick him in the front area. And the ref's like, no, don't do it. Dustin goes back a few paces, about to charge, and the ref gets in the way. Remember that happening before.
That was irritating.
Technically, you know, I guess it's against the rules. You're not supposed to have someone in the corner for more than a 5 count.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, ref steps in the way. He's getting Sammy out of the ropes. Hagar gets in the ring, knees Dustin in the front area, and then Sammy covers him for the win.
Yeah. Yeah. So good on Sammy Guevara. Picked up that win.
Yeah.
It's vital here. So they got the career record and then now the year record. So he's 1-0.
1-0
in singles competition. After that, we had a private party interview from their private party, which honestly is just them.
It was just them in a bar.
It was just them at a bar.
Maybe they hadn't opened the doors yet.
That's possible,
They're
but
setting up, but then Hangman Page was back there.
he just showed up, went behind the bar, started pouring himself, what was that, a whiskey?
Probably.
Yeah.
I believe that's his drink of choice.
His go-to?
on BTE.
And they were like party poopers.
Yeah, man.
They were like, "Hey, what are you doing here? Don't be pouring yourself a drink." And it's like, well, I thought this was a party.
Well, I mean,
What
you
am I
go
supposed
to
to
a
be
party
doing?
with a bar. If I'm at a party with a bar, even an open bar, it's not open in the sense that I can go back there and pour myself my
Did you
own
see
drink.
a bartender? I didn't.
No, maybe the doors weren't open yet.
I didn't see a bartender.
Doors weren't open yet. So, and of course, Hangman's like, I just want a drink, man.
I just want a drink.
And then Private Party's like, be honest, we're a little concerned about you.
Yeah, he's like worried about me. He said, "You guys should be worried because I could beat up both of you guys."
Yeah.
And then they're like, "Whoa!"
And then he
back up.
leaves.
And then he leaves. And he grabs his drink.
Yeah.
He takes it out to commentary.
He's got a great cowboy shirt on.
I know. He looked like $1 million. I feel like why is it he's having such a hard time? Like he seems like a super chill guy. Is everybody in AEW just a bunch of nerds and dorks or whatever? Like they just don't want any part of Hangman Page? Seems right. I think we should I want to hang out with that guy.
Oh, hell yeah, man.
I want to hang with Hangman.
I like to drink. I mean,
Yeah,
he seemed
dude.
like a fun guy.
I know. Seriously. Anyways.
The end of the show was great, though. We'll get to that later.
Yeah, that was awesome.
So next with MJF promo.
I didn't do anything. You guys know you're good.
That was fantastic.
Oh, man.
So MJF had a promo where he lists his stipulations. Says he will have a match with Cody. It's going to happen at Revolution. Cody has to wait till then.
Yeah.
Stipulation 1, if Cody so much as lays a finger on MJF before that match,
Match is off.
match is off. Match will never happen.
No.
Stipulation 2, Cody has to beat Wardlow in a cage match.
Yowza. Wow.
Stipulation 3, this one kind of seems like overkill.
Yeah. Cody has to get on all fours and take 10 lashes from MJF.
It seems like a bit too much.
That's a lot.
But I feel like if they want to do that, what they should have done is had the cage match against Wardlow. Cody ekes out a victory, climbs over the cage, whatever. And then MJF's like, one more thing. You got to do this. Mm-hmm. So it's not like, I feel like they're just going. Cody will probably find a way either do all this stuff or find a way out of doing all this stuff. And then 3 weeks time, all right, well, Cody has his match. I feel like MJF needs to keep on throwing more things in Cody's way.
Yeah.
So long as it doesn't get
I kind of feel you, but at the same time, I kind of appreciate that we're getting all this right now because now I'm like, man. Because here's the thing. If he keeps on moving the goalpost, it's going to be like, oh, my God, what's next?
Well, I was going to say, as long as it's not comical. As long as it's not too much.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. This is why I like it all now. If he beats Wardlow in a cage match and then he says 10 lashes, at that point, it will feel comical. It'd be like, oh, come on. That's too much.
Well, I think the 10 lashes is kind of comical.
Regardless, it is. But at least here we get all the info. And we're
I understand that point.
How's it going to get
I just
through
feel like
all
in terms of keeping the heat on MJF.
Yeah.
Like if they get through the span of 2 weeks, you still have like a month and a half before Revolution.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting though. After that, we had a Jurassic Express interview.
Jungle Boy's talking about how it's New Year. It's time to get that first win.
Yeah, that'd be nice. I mean, he needs a win. I don't remember anything else about this interview though. I remember him talking, and then I think I got up and left.
And then like Luchasaurus about to say something, and they started piping the music, so I couldn't hear anything he said.
Oh, is that what happened?
Yeah.
Okay, no wonder I left. I packed up a lot of all the October and November patrons.
Awesome.
All their care packages are on the way.
Fantastic.
I know some people are asking about that, and I apologize for taking so darn long with it. But yeah, it's out there. And then the December patrons, you're next.
After that, a Rijo interview. She's interrupted by Britt Baker, and Britt goes off saying, "I'm here every week. I'm in the ring every week. Where are you?"
I'm running a dental practice. In addition to being here every single week, you just show up and then you leave. And Rijo's like, "Geez, man, who spat in your soup? What the heck? Dentist?"
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Anyways, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, it's sort of a tough situation for Britt Baker to be in. You know, you can be bad guy. There's already a couple bad guys. You can be good guys. A couple other people. I feel like everybody's moved on past Britt Baker. Like Chris Statlander sort of has the buzz.
Yeah.
People love Rijo.
Yeah.
And then a
Hikaru
couple.
Shida's great.
She's really made an impression. So it's going to be interesting to see how she stands out.
Well, I said it's
amongst
been,
everybody else.
the two top heels in the women's division are
The
women.
big monster heels.
They easily overpower their opponents. Britt's got to be the strategic heel.
Yeah, that's
the
true.
tactical heel.
Yeah.
Think Bob Roode in NXT.
Ah, okay.
Where he walked in every match with a very firm strategy, stuck to it, made his opponents make a mistake. He took advantage.
Or, I mean, think Adam Cole in NXT.
Next week, they announced some matches. You get the Rhodes Brothers against the Lucha Brothers. That'll be great.
Yeah, it'll be good.
And then Paige and Kenny Omega versus Private Party.
Is it all going to fall apart at that point?
Probably.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then we got where did this washer come from?
I don't know. It was just sort of sitting there. I wanted a little. You have a little bit of business.
Yeah, I got. You know, I have my nervous energy, so I need my bit of business. So next main event: Lucha Brothers taking on Pac. Sorry, Lucha Brothers and Pac taking on the Elite.
This is where all my confidence points would have gone to had we done predictions on
the
this.
Elite going over?
Because that opening thing is like, hey, we all have to get back on track. That means they're going to be winning.
Yeah, I know. Hangman joined the booth for commentary. He had his booze with him.
Yeah.
He was outstanding.
Yeah.
Like I said, that reaction to the Rijo interview where he kind of was like, whoa. As to say, wow, that was awful rude of Britt.
Yeah. That was good
You
stuff.
have a couple blinks in there. That was great. So early on, Penta's doing the Pac's in there first. He tags Penta in because Kenny wants a piece of Pac. Penta comes in. You start to do the glove thing. He throws the glove towards the ref. Kenny catches it, slaps him across the face with it. He demands satisfaction.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
That was great.
Yeah, that was good stuff.
And then Kenny, he has the upper hand for a while, hits a double Kitaro Crusher on both Lucha Brothers, tries to one-winged Angel Phoenix. He escapes. Kenny goes to tag in Nick. A lot of great action back and forth. At one point, Kenny Pac's out of it. He's like not involved in the match whatsoever. Like the Lucha Brothers are doing all the work so far. Mm-hmm. Until Kenny is going for the Terminator Tope. He runs to the ropes. Pac pulls him out of the ring, goes into the ring, hits a corkscrew Tope. And he has the advantage on Kenny for a while. Eventually, the Bucks come in. They hit like this great tandem destroyer on Pac. I can't even just like a wheelbarrow situation and flung was it Nick over to Pac. It was crazy.
Yeah.
And then they hit stereo destroyers on the Lucha Brothers. End of the match saw Kenny and Pac in. They're trading blows. Kenny hits a Snapdragon, then a powerbomb goes for the pin. Penta breaks that up, and then he takes out the entirety of the Elite. Lucha Brothers are going for their finish. Kenny escapes. Sends Phoenix towards the Young Bucks. He hits a cutter on both, then a cutter on Kenny. Pac hits Black Arrow on Kenny. Young Bucks in to break a pin. Pac locks the Brutalizer on Kenny. Matt breaks that up. Phoenix is in. He goes for a springboard spin kick, and Kenny obliterates him with a knee.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah.
That was fantastic. Anyways, he follows with one winged angel. He gets the victory for the Elite. Really fun match. Cody comes down. have an elite reunion
The
in the
elite
ring.
are standing tall, man. They're strong.
They're waving.
Come on, Hangman,
Come
get
on.
down here.
Come on, Adam.
Like, no, I didn't do anything. You're good. You're good where you are.
Good
They're
match.
all opening the rings for him, or the ropes for
I know.
him.
He's like, good match. No,
Good
no,
match.
I'm fine. He's got a drink in
I
one
got my
hand.
new elite here with me.
Yes.
The elite, my drink.
And so he's like, I'll demur. You guys celebrate. I didn't do anything.
You're good. I had nothing to do with it.
It was great.
Yeah, it's good stuff. He's the kind of guy who's like, no, there's no we. This isn't a team we situation.
Yes.
This is you guys. I can't say we.
Yes.
I'm like, nah, man, it's the elite. There is a we here.
There is.
People, dang MQ here in chat said, excited these guys' review of NXT last night will only be 15 minutes. I did not watch NXT last night because it was a recap show, right?
Yeah, they said
They did the awards.
They did the awards. They named the teams for the Dusty Classic.
That's cool because it's NXT,
NXT
versus
NXT UK.
Yeah,
And
Imperium's
then-
totally winning that.
That'd be cool. And then they replayed like 3 of the best matches of the year. I think is what it was. Or at least highlights of it. I don't know if they showed the whole match.
Yeah.
'Cause I didn't watch it. Got some questions here, some super chats. Tom talks rubbish. Happy New Year's, friendos. Hope 2020 is great. Happy New Year to you and all the friendos out there.
Yeah, man.
Matthew Gentry watching live for the first time. This is too much.
You're too much.
Steven Hansen saw Chris Statlander at Bar Wrestling last night. Said she made a new fan. There's only 300 people, but almost all the fans of her now, so it can be important.
Man, I'm telling you, those 300 people, that's why Adam Cole and the Undisputed Era are so huge right now, man. They spent like a decade plus, you know, like doing those shows and being as friendly as possible to all those fans. Like you and I, we went to a couple of PWG shows. We were lucky enough to do it while it was still in Reseda. And just the 2 times we went, you can see these people there in the ring. They're being as polite as possible to everybody.
Selling shirts and shaking hands and taking pictures, yeah.
Even now, like in NXT, from what I understand, whenever they do one of the house shows or whatever, they're out there meeting every single last person that wants to meet them. They're there doing that.
Yep.
And just as nice as can be. And then it translates.
I mean, that's
you know?
important. You got to make that connection with the fans.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
And that's what's going to happen there. I would love to. I've been meaning. I want to go down and see a bar wrestling show. It's
That'd
on
be
my
fun.
bucket list as well.
That would be fun.
So maybe we can do that in the 2020.
Yeah. Let's answer some questions. What do you say?
I'll say let's answer some questions.
Thomas Dunnigan, do you think Taz should replace JR down the line if JR decides to stop doing commentary? I think that'd be great.
Yeah, I think like next week that'd be awesome. That'd be great. I'm on Discord, but nobody has any questions. One person made I don't even know who this is. GM somebody or other made like a rude comment about when I was mentioning my wife's meat sandwich earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like that's what Discord gives. And then they complain. Larson, they complain about me not being here to answer their questions or hanging out.
And then
But that's
nothing.
what I get.
And they have nothing. They have nothing for you.
Oh, my
James
goodness.
Fletcher, what are the biggest pains for you in wrestling, but not actually wrestling? For example, he says for him it's staying up till the early hours in the morning since he's from the United Kingdom.
Oh, I would not be. I probably wouldn't be a fan of wrestling if I had to, or at least WWE like Raw and SmackDown. I'd be like, no, man, I'm not watching that live.
So I'm trying to think of major inconveniences involving wrestling. Here's what it is. It's what we mentioned earlier, going to live shows and having and people in the crowd and trying to make the show about themselves.
That's a pet peeve of mine. So much of the good wrestling here in the States takes place, and I'm not saying it's exclusively. Here locally, we don't have anything here. Like, we could go to the Bay and see APW. But, like, if you're back on the East Coast, it's everywhere.
Yeah, I know.
There's so much.
There used to be a few local promotions, and for various reasons, they've had, I don't want to say, they've had trouble putting on shows on a regular basis.
Yeah.
So, of late,
heck,
the last
man?
couple of years, so it's kind of a bummer.
There's like, I firmly believe there's like still a hole that could be filled here in SAC. Mm-hmm. But it is what it is.
Bobby Rivera, if New Japan works with AEW, what do you guys think of them making the U.S. title the cross-promotion mid-card belt?
I mean, that'd be cool. I don't think that's going to happen, but I do think that. Do you think that Tanahashi match is going to happen?
I'm doubtful of it. I mean, he's going to win at Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah, well then that means there's going to be an AEW title
I think that'd
match.
be great.
I would not be shocked at all. You want to blow up their ratings, AEW's ratings?
Have Tanahashi show up.
Have him show up.
Yeah.
I mean, why not? If you can do it, why not?
Oh, hell yeah. And if it's the first step to something larger between the two companies?
Oh, my God. That's huge. That's how you do it.
I mean, I think right now, more than anything, it's just a way to build heat for that match. And if it happens, that'd be great. But, they're kind of laying the groundwork to maybe make it happen. But I'd be shocked if it did.
I wouldn't be shocked. I mean, the way that New Japan is talking. And here's the thing. Is Nick Jackson incessantly talking about New Japan and how they're not going to work together? Does that just means they are going to work together? Because he's talking about it all the time? Not all the time, but still.
Chris Rampersad, Moxley should answer Jericho's question at Wrestle Kingdom? No.
Well, they're going to be in this. They're going to be. Are they on the same night?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, they're going to be in the.
Wait. Yes, they will be.
Yeah.
Because Mox is going to beat Lance Archer for that U.S. title. And so he'll defend.
Oh, regardless. He's going to, he has
to defend at night 2 against Juice.
They need the loss, huh?
Yep. Adrian C., is it me or does having Arn as Cody's head coach somewhat hurt Cody as a competitor? Seems like Cody's above needing a coach at this point in his career. He's not a mid-card guy like Spears, or having Tully with him actually makes some sense for him.
I don't know. I like it. It gives him something to do. I mean, okay, so part of it, I don't know. I'm kind of torn on it. It's kind of silly.
It's silly. It's superfluous. It's unnecessary. I can see why Cody thinks it's fun to hang out with Arn. That's why he's doing it.
I know. Totally.
That's why he's doing it.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing. Because not that Arn didn't achieve single success. He did. He's a former U.S. champion, TV champion. But he's more noted as a tag team wrestler.
Sure, yeah.
That was his area of expertise for the vast majority of his career. So if Cody is going to find himself a coach to elevate himself as a singles competitor, you'd think, if we're going 80s Mid-Atlantic NWA wrestling, you'd think, oh, Ric Flair's going to be my coach because he's the guy that could take me to the next level.
Yeah, but who's
and
the
that
guy
would
who
make
is
sense.
Always behind Ric Flair?
Oh, Arn, I know, totally. I know. But in terms of the optics of it, of having someone at Cody's side that can take him to the next level, you think, oh, Flair, that makes sense.
Yeah. I don't know. To me, it's like, do you really need Arn to tell you to get your knees up when a dude's gonna drop himself on his back on you?
No, I feel like Brandy could do that.
I feel like Cody should just sort of know that. So in that sense, to me, it's silly and almost comical, and it's unnecessary.
Cody just wants to hang out with Arn, man.
But here's the thing. I'm okay with it if we get some vignettes of them hanging out.
Yes.
That's what I want to see.
If they can
I was
sell it
so
that way,
disappointed
then
they didn't do a promo last night because I think it could be a lot of fun.
I know.
I just want to see Arn telling stories about Dusty.
Yeah.
That's all I want to see.
Yep.
Hey, let me ask you this. Given that Cody's trademark for Dusty Rhodes was rejected because Dustin has Dustin Rhodes,
Yeah.
does that mean that Dustin just sort of automatically owns Dusty Rhodes now?
You're asking the wrong guy, man. I don't know anything about trademark law.
Because if it gets rejected because one guy has Dustin Rhodes and it's too close to that, doesn't the guy who owns Dustin Rhodes just sort of own Dusty Rhodes now too?
I guess you could assume at least if WWE tried to trademark Dusty Rhodes, you would assume they'd face the same answer as Cody did, which at least you would think in a certain sense, no one's going to come in there and take the Dusty trademark from them.
Right.
There's a certain amount of safety.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's you can necessarily make the leap based on that Dustin Rhodes then owns the Dusty Rhodes trademark.
I don't think technically he does, but he seems to have ownership, or he seems to have some domain.
There's a certain level of protection.
Yeah, right.
Yes. Dan Boss, why is the first cage match at AEW with Wardlow? Why not someone established? Because they don't want Wardlow to get pinned yet.
It'd be great if Wardlow was like a Calabac. He gets in there in the cage. Cody annihilates him. Wardlow starts crying.
Don't see him for 3 years.
Dan Memphis.
God damn, that's still one of the best things.
Samoa Joe's the best. He came out there and annihilated that guy.
That was so damn good.
And he's on the Florida house show circuit 3 years later with a different name.
I know. God, that was so good.
It was so good. All those vignettes.
Hey, Rijo, get better security.
Hey, Rijo, get better security.
Oh, man. Joe in NXT was awesome.
He really was.
All right, that's all the questions we got.
All right, fair enough. We can do a bonus episode today.
Sure,
We can
why
do
not?
a Overrun today.
Sure, why not? We
right.
haven't done one in a while.
All right, sounds good. We'll talk about our holiday break.
Sure.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Anyways, thanks everybody for tuning in. We do appreciate it. Let's see at the last minute here. Let's see if Discord has anything to offer here. Oh my God. I call them out and all of a sudden I get 3 questions. Well, you know what? Too little, too late.
Oh,
we'll
come
talk.
on.
Okay, here.
At least be one of them.
Let's see here. Jimmy Thomas, since AEW and Impact both have a partnership with AAA, could we see the 3 of them working together this year? Anything's possible.
I think the closest we're going to get to the 3 of them working together is that they'll just be Impact competitors at Triple Mania.
Yeah, I know. I think that's going to be. I think that's possible. I don't think they're going to interact that much.
No.
Wong Chaco just says hello, Wong,
Hello, Wong.
and I'm not even answering that. Whoever this GM person is, he says we give you free content. You don't respond. Also, this is Cody. Oh, that's Cody. I'm kicking him out of mod chat. You know, Cody, I haven't sent your shirt yet. Anyways, I'm just joking. I like Cody. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, talk to you later.
Goodbye.